Welcome back, y'all. Movie Minds. Guess who's back?
Hey,
Guess who's back? Yeah, back again.
It's the rise of Dominguez.
Rise of the Dominguez.
See what Star Wars does, guys.
Brings back people from hiatus.
You send the call out, and then from different parts of the galaxy.
Come on.
Some people
The
answer
resistance
call.
rose back. Some people will go over. Yeah. Welcome back, guys. We have a great show for you today.
Yep.
It's going to be an exciting talk. We have a lot of news. Well, not news, actually. A lot of talk about Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker.
Big surprise.
Yes, big surprise. It's pretty much the last time we talk about Star Wars pretty much like this.
Speak for yourself.
I think so. But hey, hopefully I'm wrong. How you been, Daniel?
I've been good. We've just been working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
With baby on the way.
baby on the way, guys. Baby on the way.
Yeah, getting ready for that dad life.
That dad life. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm just excited. I've been keeping up with everything, Mandalorian, everything Star Wars, everything Disney Plus. So I'm definitely in the vein of everything that's been happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just
Cool.
I'm glad that I'm here to talk about it with you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Welcome back.
Welcome back, bro.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go right into it as we usually do for box.
All right,
office
guys.
Out of the box.
Hey, at number one, it's Cats. Said no one. Right? I was like, wait, what? That's not
It's
possible.
the cat's pajamas.
So, guys, I just want to say, dude, super excited about rating these movies. This definitely Star Wars. I don't know if some of us are ready to rate them, but I definitely am. I'm looking forward to that. So the box office, 1 through 5, guys, starting with 5. I got actually a chance to see this movie. It was very, very good. Lived up to the hype that they're talking about. One of the things that I loved about it was Charlize Theron and Margot Robbie. Dude, Margot Robbie in this movie, bombshells is what I'm talking about. And she acts her little butt off. She really does.
I think I'm gonna go watch tomorrow.
And it's great. I recommend it. At number 5 on box office is Bombshells. Okay, so yeah, I recommend it. You guys are gonna love it when you guys watch it, and definitely Oscar running. It's on the Golden Globes. They're all nominated, all 3 ladies for Guild Awards, everything. So watch that movie. At number 4, however, we got Frozen. I'm sorry, Bombshells came in with 9 million this weekend, and so at number 4 we have Frozen 2, which I haven't seen. I don't know if any of you
Didn't even know it came out already.
got to watch it. You add another 12 million.
I want to watch it.
You add another 12 million to an already 385 plus million movie.
5 weeks. Fifth week, not bad.
And it's domestic. You know, I'm sure that international.
Oh no, it's already made over 100. 500.
I'm sure. Cats is crazy, man. Have you guys been hearing about the movie Cats on number 3?
It's a train wreck.
Yeah, what have you been hearing about it?
That they had to like re-release CGI scenes,
Dude,
or something like that. That they had to redo stuff.
Yeah. I saw a post. I don't know if that's like one of those like pseudo websites, but it was just like fake. But it was like something like watching Cats is it's like going slowly insane or something. Causes you to go slowly insane. I'm just like, wow, like, but I did hear about that too. Like, it was just terrible, just like CGI. So I think it was just kind of just, if you saw it before the revision, sorry, but then it kind of just, I think they just snuck it in, right? It's just like,
I guess
you go see it and you were
2 days later, they just redid it.
Like if you
I don't know how you get that done in 2 days, but
you would
whatever.
notice.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know, Cats is a play that they have in New York, very popular.
It's
Everybody, it's
Broadway
like
show.
a thing to go watch when you go to New York. It's like one of the
Staples,
what
I
people
lived
like
there
to go
for 15 years. I've never seen it.
So there you go. But anyway, at least the way that I've seen it, they've always heard Cats is a great Broadway show, just like Rent, and up there with those kind of. But that came in at 12 million, underperforming like
Gerard
crazy.
Butler's in it too, huh?
What?
Yeah, I thought Gerard Butler was in the movie.
You might be right because I have no idea, bro.
But I know the late night host. What's his name?
I heard that it was a big cast.
James Cohen or James Gordon.
Yeah.
He's in there as like this fat guy. He looks kind of crazy. Anyway, at number 3, Cats. At number 2, I got a chance to watch it as well. Jumanji: The Next Level at 26 million, making a total of 102 million. domestically. The movie's quite good, dude. It's not bad. I don't think it's as good as the first, but it's definitely a good watch. Like, just, you know, it's one of those blockbuster movies that you go watch in the movie and you're just like, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you turn
and
off
you
your
get
brain.
it. And you get some laughs too, because The Rock acts really funny in it because of Danny DeVito. He's Danny DeVito in the movie. Right. So you guys know Danny DeVito, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he has that little, hey, what are you talking about? All that. And so The Rock does it pretty well.
Oh, wow.
And the other guy is Danny Glover. And he's the old guy, and Kevin's the old guy. And he's, you know, he's really good at it too. He's like a linguistic. He knows what animals can say. Anyway, he's really slow. Movie's very, very funny and very many parts. Again, it's a very, you know, recyclable movie. Obviously, something you've seen before. But very good. I mean, I liked it. I think it's a good. Hey, you want to go eat some popcorn and a hot dog? Hey, it would be a good watch at number 2.
Forget that, man. If I'm gonna go eat a popcorn and a hot dog, which will cost me $55 to do at the theater, I'm gonna go watch number 1.
Hey, we got a pretty good deal this last.
We
did.
We got popcorn and stuff like that. I'll show you guys the picture right now. You guys see us, and it was cool. Did we get a poster?
We got a pin.
Oh, we did get a pin. Man, I want a poster.
Yeah,
dude.
we got a pin.
I got posters.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they're the ones.
The solo one. I have it somewhere.
But of the Rise of Skywalker, did you get?
No,
I didn't. I gotta go see it.
Did they have
I think you get exclusive posters at AMC IMAX, and there's some cool ones, and they haven't. They will only release 2. I believe.
I want to go see it.
I have to go do that too.
The scaling is so good on this movie.
Yeah. For sure. So number 1?
My number 1, believe it or not, Black Christmas. No, I'm just playing. Star
Black
Wars.
Christmas, really? Yeah. Oh yeah, there is.
Ford versus Ferrari.
1.5 million on that one. Anyway,
no surprise, guys. Here, obviously, the talk of the town, the
ending of an era.
Yes, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. What do you think? At number 1, guys, does it deserve it? Huh? Well, I guess we'll get into that.
Well, I mean, of course it does. It's popular. Everybody wants to see it, and it's gonna. You knew it was gonna dominate. It deserves it just because of the interest alone. People want to know how you're gonna close this chapter out. So, yeah.
Well, my surprise was that it didn't pass 200 million. To be quite honest,
I won that bet. Really I don't know if you remember me and you. We didn't bet, but we were like, you thought it was going to be over 200 million. I said, I think the film is going to make 190 million dollars. Wow. It made a little under, but
I got to see that footage, man.
Yeah. We go back, and I definitely said it. Yeah, man.
I'm surprised it didn't make 200 million, dude. It's like crazy.
In a way.
You should slice that memory in.
Oh, yeah. Like I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that. Imagine like a Family Guy montage, like randomly just inserted.
A little flashback.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Anyway, so I think it's a little letdown. It's a bit of a letdown for a Star Wars saga film to not make 200 million
because it's the last one.
Because it's first off, I mean, add that to the whole cake, because it's crazy that it didn't make over 200 million, and it being the last one. Palpatine's back, and I mean, they've been slamming everyone with the logo of the end of a saga, you know, and it's like people didn't show up. Maybe these other films took away from that, or maybe we'll get a lot of people coming to Christmas.
Wow.
Going to see the movie during Christmas.
So what you're saying is it may have longevity.
I believe it's going to have a long time in the box office.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the same. I think,
believe it or not. So I just looked up right now, just out of curiosity. So the Force Awakens, it's saying that the first weekend worldwide it was 494 million.
Right, domestic. Opening. What about domestic though?
Domestic, I'm trying to look
200
for that.
And
the Force
20, I think.
The Last Jedi was 220. Yeah, 220 domestic.
Oh, so both of them over. Huh?
The Force Awakens beat that though. Yeah. So that's a big drop, dude. It's a huge drop. And I do truly believe that it's because of Christmas. None of the other films came out so close to Christmas.
Force Awakens was 220, and so was Last Jedi.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. The little top.
Yeah, it's a little letdown, but
why do you
it's
think
number
that
one.
Happened, though?
One is because of Christmas. I believe that Christmas did it dirty. as far as the box office is concerned. But then I do believe that Lucasfilm is coming out of a rut with the performance, or the critical performance and fan base performance of The Last Jedi and Solo. It's just a tough hit to recover from. I mean, they came back pretty stylish with the 189, but still, it's those two movies.
I'm thinking that it's possible that a lot of people probably waited to see what was what a lot of people had to say about it, and then they probably go see, because the people that were kind of like, I guess you could say, damaged. The film does present a lot of damage control, in my opinion, for what The Last Jedi did.
We'll figure that out later.
I think it's definitely. I think Last Jedi had a lot to do with what what happened with Skywalker.
Yeah, it divided the fan base, unfortunately.
Yeah. It really enabled this movie to underperform, even if whether it's good or bad to anyone that saw it.
Right. No, absolutely. That's why. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Because right now I feel that there's both. It's very somewhat divided. So anyway, we'll get into that. But that's your box office. Star Wars 1, Jumanji 2, Cats 3, 4 Frozen, and at 5 Bombshell. I really recommend that.
And we're gonna go ahead and talk about Rise of Skywalker right in a few minutes. But first, we're gonna talk about Baby Yoda. I mean, Mandalorian.
First, a word from our sponsor.
In Hot Tops. So we have Chapter 7 coming out. It was a day before the Rise of Skywalker premiered, which was a Wednesday, and it came out. What do you guys thought? Let's just go right into it.
Daniel, what do you think, man?
So I really enjoyed it. I think it was just I just love the world building that it's so well, Mandalorian, for me, I haven't really got to share any opinion about it.
Yeah,
but for me, but for me, I love it, but I hate it because it's such good cinematic quality that you don't want it to. And it's like, it feels like a tease of a movie. I feel like I'm watching a very elongated
I feel like you're getting way more. Like it's not one movie in a weekend.
That's how I feel.
But the quality is so good.
Star Wars, this is the future, bro.
Yeah, the quality is so good. It's like, I hate that it was only like 45 minutes or an hour.
Well, that's one of the problems I have with the show, is that it's just a little bit too like short. 30 minute episodes is just no, man. I want an hour and a half.
45.
Well, the last few have been like 45, but
let's keep it there. I like it.
Yeah.
The last episode was really good. I love that we get to see I don't remember that character's name. The guy who plays Gus Freeman from
that's the Tarkin Moth Gideon is the character's name.
I'm just wondering why they placed it like at the day that they chose to release it.
Dude, it's obvious.
I mean,
it's because of Baby Yoda's power, force power. They introduced a new force. Like, this has never been done before.
That is a connection that they have right now too.
Force power on Wednesday. Everyone loves it because Baby Yoda. Oh yeah, he heals. And then the next day, Rey
OP force powers.
Exactly. Yeah, and then everyone freaks out about, you're healing now. Oh, that's not a Jedi way, or that's not a thing to do.
That was the first thing.
That's stupid. A really good point. Everybody is like hating how OP Rey is, and she could heal, right? I mean, some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
It's an actual Jedi power. It's a Jedi power that it's normal. They didn't just pull it out of their butt and say this would be cool for the movie.
It's a first canon power that has to do with.
But it's like, why are people upset with that?
I've never heard of it.
People are okay with it with like Baby Yoda. It's like so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the first thing I addressed coming out of this movie was that I said, wow, they put Baby Yoda in that situation very strategically so that when Rey would do it in the movie, you'd actually feel that it was not out of just anywhere.
Yeah.
And we'll get to whether that was genius or it was just something that
it was genius,
but we'll get to that. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen to Mando and the crew, man, because they're pinned down right now.
I just want to say that Deborah Chow, the director of this episode, is a freaking genius, man. Her cutting, like the way she decided to reveal that Yoda is there and that he was gonna get caught and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
dude, it was just, dude. I can't really anticipate how good Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Disney Plus series, is gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Because if you could do so much with a character that really we don't really know much about, and they're just building off of nothing, or these people are building off of nothing, dude, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's canon to build off of.
Oh yeah, that's like, exciting,
dude. It's like, what is better than that? Vader and Luke. That's the only other.
I mean, week by week, we're gonna just see him just building fires like in a dust cave somewhere, like, in a sand cave. It's gonna be exciting. No. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm kind of down, dude. Let's see him learn how to like.
You think we'll get a live action ghosts? You think we'll get like a quick live action version of when he fights Maul in the?
Nah,
no,
that's not gonna happen.
That would be so great.
They already did.
That would be so cool. No, Mandalorian. This show's up there, man. This show is up there for me.
New Game of Thrones.
It's the episode in itself. I've already expressed myself about how I felt about episode 2, where all the Mandalorians, come down. And anyway, it's up there with that.
Great, yeah.
And I enjoyed it for what it was. The pacing, the cutting, the editing in this show is incredible. The cliffhanger at the end, even though I hate it because I want to know what it was, just they took my baby, and I was devastated.
Yeah,
but them being under that bunker, nowhere to go, and everyone's outside ready to shoot. It's one of the best cliffhangers that I've seen in a show in a very long time. Guys, Jon Favreau's a genius. Deborah, whatever her name is. Wow. I'm super impressed. I just can't say enough good things about The Mandalorian. I'm not the guy that wakes up and watches it. I'm the guy that stays up and watches it right when it hits 12.
I tried that the last time, and I couldn't stay up. It
was great, guys. I love what they're doing with Baby Yoda, the Force healing. It was just good. It was good. Really good.
All right. Just to let you guys know, Death Troopers, the black Death Stormtroopers that were in that episode just looked amazing.
Didn't they?
Dude,
the black
they looked
ones, right?
so good. Yeah, Death Troopers, dude. They're like the special forces of the Empire. So
like
if they show up, like
KGB,
strike force type of deal.
Green Beret.
SEAL green berets. Yeah, they're up there. Anyway,
dude,
amazing.
The suit is the mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like a little bit more like stubbier.
Yeah,
kind of a. It was really, really.
They
good,
present them as big baddies for sure.
For sure. They're hanging out with Krennic all the time because he can't do anything.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, this Moth as well looks great. Looks great.
Can't wait to finish it up. Nick Nolte's character, the little guy, the little farmer. I hope he's not dead, man.
Dude, I think he's super dead. It's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate.
I've spoken.
Hopefully, Baby Yoda gets back and heals him.
I want him to be my grandpa.
My grandpa.
Just give me wisdom, grandpa.
Just give me wisdom. All right, guys. So let's get into the meat of the episode, which is The Rise of Skywalker.
That little movie.
Review. Spoiler
that
review.
Little independent
We're not going to
movie.
spoil it first. We're going to give our overall thoughts about the movie, and then we'll give it a rating.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that, but then we're going to go ahead and spoil it out. So just for you guys that haven't seen it yet, that maybe you're waiting for Christmas to see it, we'll be nice.
Yes, sir.
All right. So who wants to go first, gentlemen? Who's going to take out their gun first?
Daniel, go ahead, man.
And by gun, I mean your
the uncivilized weapon. So uncivilized.
Your civilized weapon. Your mouth.
All right, so
before you start, I just play.
I don't even know where to start. All right, so
what overall thoughts about The Rise of Skywalker?
My overall thoughts is that it was safe. It was good. It wasn't great. It was kind of like, like that Batman line. It's like the hero that we need, not the one we deserve, or something like that. And it's like, for me, it was like the ending of a chapter that we liked, not that we wanted. I don't think it's what a lot of us would have, wanted it to end that way. I do think that a lot of time was spent on doing damage control and really kind of just bandaging up like a lot of the things that angered people from The Last Jedi. I think that they spend so much time doing that it kind of just didn't get to spend enough time. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the things I think that we wish would have been paced better was because the fact that J.J. Abrams got brought on very, very last minute because he wasn't supposed to direct it originally.
It wasn't last minute per se, but
no, not too much, but yeah,
maybe
Yeah,
he didn't have the
wasn't
full amount of time.
He had time.
Yeah.
He had over a year and a half, 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did have time.
So what you're saying is, yes, you're absolutely right. He wasn't gonna
He wasn't going to, yeah.
Going to direct this movie.
Mhm.
However, after what Rian Johnson, I believe, with how the critics received it and fans, they said, hey, you know what? I think you should do the Star Wars. So that everyone wouldn't throw a hissy fit, you know?
So he played it really safe, which could be a good thing and a bad thing, I think. And I think it did accomplish both.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very fan servicey. A lot of things that I was ready to accept in the movie, like as far as like losses. What didn't work for me, I would say, was the comedic timing of the movie. I thought it didn't work for me at all. I laughed at some parts, but it was so fast paced, right? Those Star Wars swipes that we're used to, like it just boom, new world, and or just new location. Like it just happened. It was just like from the get go, from Adams. Yeah. It's so fast paced. It really is. You don't feel the full 2.5 hours. And then it's just like a quick joke right away. I'm like, you killed it. Just like 2 more seconds. Yeah. Like it felt so like we want to get that joke in right away, and it didn't feel like the right timing, like as far as like in the moment. Like the scene, if they would have waited, I think if they would have let it breathe like 2 seconds longer for some of the jokes, it's like you didn't need to be so abrupt with that. Another thing that didn't work for me was like I never felt like the rebels, our heroes, were gonna like ever be like overcome at any point, like, you know, overcame at any point. I just didn't feel like there was ever really a true like no hope. Like one of the things that worked for me, and I'm not going to try to go too much like on a tangent, but like one of the best movies to me as a fan, as a nerd, was Days of Future Past, because the way it just starts off, it's like, holy crap, like people are just dying, like, you know, and so you feel that threat right away. You feel that menacing opposition, you know, and I don't feel that. It's like everything that they just did was just like super easy, boom, boom, boom. It's just, we'll get this, we got to get this done. We find this, we gotta go look for that. And it was just, everything was so easy. And I didn't never feel like, man, like, ooh, like, you know, like that threat that you feel from like Empire. It's like, oh, now the rebels are on top. Now the Empire's on top. Like, it's just like, you're getting one in, I'm getting one in. And so I'd always felt like it was just the rebels always getting one in, and like the Empire didn't really pose a threat. Overall, I enjoyed it. I want to go see it again. I want to go take my son to see it. I'm gonna like it. Probably out of the 3. Another thing that didn't work for me because of The Last Jedi, what it kind of did, it never felt like, doesn't feel like one cohesive story, you know? It kind of feels like J.J. Abrams did come in last minute. To me, it kind of does feel like a different story that is trying to almost retcon The Last Jedi and pick up from The Force Awakens. And I'm just like you look at the original trilogies and it feels like one long story. You look at the prequels, it's one long story. This doesn't feel like one long story. It really doesn't. So it's kind of just like, you don't even need to like, I feel like you're going to watch this one without watching the first 2. It's like, you know, but yeah, it was safe. I think that people who are kind of like, you know, victims of the divisiveness of The Last Jedi, I think like just suck it up and just go watch it, because it's a really good movie. I think it'll give you a satisfying end to the trilogy. Not how I would have wanted it. I'm happy with it. Yeah. J.J. Abrams was known for, you know, one of his biggest Achilles heels or criticism is that he doesn't know how to do an ending well, and I think he did it well by being safe. Yeah, you know.
I don't agree with a lot of stuff that you said, but I'll bring up my points when we talk about like more spoilery stuff. But I do agree with you on there's some safe stuff that he did, a lot of fan servicing, which I don't necessarily want to say that as a negative thing, because this is why we go to the movies. We're fans. We want to see certain things happen, and they gave it to us. Something they didn't give it to us, and that's kind of some little letdowns that I had with the movie. Again, I'm still a little conflicted with certain things that was chosen, but overall, the movie itself, I really enjoyed it. I've watched it twice already, and every single time I've loved it. I go out with a smile. I cried almost 4 times. I think more than 4 times during the whole movie. Twice. And there's a lot of points where it just really hit home. I love one of those the things that I didn't see coming. I freaking love it, and I can't wait to talk about it because I cannot say it right now. And then pretty much the comedy, I actually disagree with you on that. I really, really love the comedy. I think it's very fitting to a Star Wars film. And yeah, man, I think you guys were going to love it, man. I really, really, truly believe you're going to love this movie. But yeah, what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, overall, the movie was something that JJ came in. It was hard. I think it was hard for JJ. I think the movie wasn't easy for him to make, and you could see it. I think when you go and watch this movie, you watch a movie that yes, fan service is something that a lot of people are saying. Predictable, maybe not. In areas. However, it made everybody come and watch and say what I wanted. The things that happened in the movie happened for me. I liked a lot of things that this movie did. The convenient thing about things are always going to be questioned was that a good idea to do? Because it just happened that way, if that makes any sense. And so I think the movie has a lot of that.
Yeah.
It answers questions.
And it does.
Definitely.
It does. And I love the fact that it does address areas. The movie does seem to have this collateral damage feel about it. And some areas in this movie just don't work for me. Just because of the pacing, and you can tell on some of these areas, especially on the Leia scenes, about something that I had to go back and watch in the movie. And I watched this my second time watching it, and going back the second time, I was able to watch some of the things that I disliked the first time, but you're just so caught up in so much to grasp.
Yeah, it's just moving so fast. Yeah.
And there's so much, dude. You want to love it. It's Star Wars. It's awesome. I love Star Wars. You want to love it, and you have that fanboy heart in you, and that's why it's so important to watch a second time. Yes, dude. The movie did have a lot of fan service in it, a lot of collateral damage. It's just perspective, and for me, my perspective of it was it made me happy. It made me smile. It made me cry. It made me feel like I wanted to go back and watch it a second time. Yes, there's things that I wish it didn't happen. It just didn't make sense to me. And I'm glad that some of the things that I didn't like that happened, what happened after happened, because if not, it would have made me a bit more upset. But overall, yes, it did have its downfalls. Yes, it was very fan serviced, but I feel that the Rise of Skywalker for me was that it made it. I really like it. I want to go watch it again.
It was satisfying. Yeah.
So quick overall score out of 5. What would you give it?
Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and give it I'm gonna go ahead and give Skywalker a 4.7. A 4.7. That's what I'm giving Skywalker. Mm-hmm. I can't give it I wanted to give it a little bit more. I honestly wanted to, but I can't. Mm-hmm. There's too many little things that we'll get into as to why. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's that high, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I really liked it, man. Mm-hmm. I really liked it.
I think my score is gonna fall under that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not ready to. I need to process this. It's such a big movie, guys. It's like I love the pacing of it because it's so much, and I feel like they didn't need to squeeze in a lot of things, and maybe that might be a problem for people. But the movie moved. Like you remember on our last show, we talked about how every single Star Wars film has this area of like dead space, like a filler scene. Of like, the Ewoks, Canto Bite, you know what I mean? All these other scenes, the romance story and Revenge of the Sith, all that stuff, you know what I mean? That stuff is like filler. This movie has no filler, in my opinion. There's no scene that was unnecessary. Everything was very tight and direct, and I love that, and I think that's J.J. Abrams at his best.
Going to your point, what you said about Last Jedi, which I didn't agree with you back then, and I still don't, but I do agree with it.
Okay, I still don't, but I do now.
but I do agree with what you said about it for Skywalker. Said Last Jedi. You said Last Jedi is gonna. A lot of people are don't like it, but it's gonna be a movie that's gonna stand the test of time. That back in 10 years, everybody's gonna want to come watch it. Yeah. And he's right. There's certain areas, but I think it applies more to Skywalker. I really do, because there's a lot of people out there that didn't like it, And I think when you come back and watch these things that happen in Skywalker, you're going to be like, wow, there's going to be a lot of, little
Connecting
shots
parts. Yeah.
and video clips of Skywalker.
There's already stuff like that someone just showed. I'll talk about it more about that, but about Ben, just certain shots that look exactly like what his dad used to do. I was like, my gosh, that's so dope.
I'd love to see that.
It's amazing. It is amazing, bro.
I want to see that.
That's detail, man. I'm telling you, there's so much to unpack in this movie. So let's get into that. Your final score? What's
I'm kind of lingering between like a 3.8 and a 4.3 if we're going off that metric system.
Yeah, it's super like
yeah. It's like kind of like right.
I'm right there, dude. I'm like a 4 right now, but I can't really commit to it.
Yeah,
I really can't.
I really liked it. I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm glad.
I'm right.
I'm so happy
I'm
to
at
hear
the
that from you.
4.7 just because I really liked it.
Let's talk about spoilers. If you haven't seen it, do not continue on. Well, maybe if you want to continue, hey, why not?
I mean, it's after opening weekend.
It's already passed. So, spoiler alert. It's gonna happen now. Kylo Ren dies.
Go ahead, Ish. Go ahead.
No. So let's. I mean, Daniel was going in alluding into something already about Kylo Ren's entrance, which I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit.
Yeah. So from the beginning, just like how they introduced, I just think it was genius the way they did. They introduced the Emperor. It's just like boom. It just happens like whoa.
It's it's not only my favorite first 10 minutes of a Star Wars movie. But it is my favorite crawl of all time.
Oh, it was
a mysterious voice or something like that. A crackling voice or something like that.
Yeah.
Is heard across the galaxy.
Yeah.
Yes, the dead speak.
Yeah, it said the dead speak and Kylo Ren.
I had chills, dude.
Woo, it was good.
I had chills, man. That was an amazing crawl. I love it. It gets right to the point. That summary of what you were talking about, all those scenes of Kylo Ren's quest. I can't wait to just read and see things other types of media about that. Like I want to play that video game.
There's gonna be like a novel or something
seeking relics, dude. I just want it
because you when you do pick up from the movie, it's like right away it's like you're in his quest, so you want to know like what led up to that. There's probably gonna be a novel more than likely or like a game or something. And I'd love to play it. Please,
EA, just take over that. This is your time.
So how they just introduced, it's just like I love how they just started. It's like they answered all your questions right away. Boom, boom, boom. He's like, my dear boy, I created Snoke. I've been all the voices. And then he like changes all the voices in Kylo Ren's head. I was like, oh, this is so dope. Okay, so boom, a lot of, like with I think the big question we all wanted to know, one of the two, like either Rey's parents, her heritage, and then Snoke, what the hell? And so, they answered one of those two right away. Boom. And so they allude to, I'm going to get happy about this. They allude to like they're alluding to Rey, but they don't want to commit to it yet. But then I called it since the freaking Force Awakens.
I can't believe it. I
called it, y'all. We weren't doing this at the time.
I can't believe it.
But I called it. I said she was either my very crazy curveball was that she's cloned or she's related to him somehow because her thrust. Very few people called that, but that thrust alone, I was like, dude, only person is Palpatine. He's the only person that does it.
I would love to
that's
talk.
So good, bro.
Yeah. First off, kudos. That was an amazing call out. I just
sorry, Michael John.
Michael John. Yeah, you owe me. Sorry, brother.
He bashed me hard on my Facebook post.
Yeah. I'm gonna post it right now. Just show it, screenshot it. Screenshot it.
It was like really mean. He went for the jugular, but I was like, haters gonna hate.
He called him like he was like offended. I was like high on something. Anyway, so that part where we were talking about Palpatine being Rey's dad, grandfather. I'm sorry. Did that work for you guys? Is that something that
so that's the biggest thing that's out there right now that a lot of people had an issue with, and that they felt that J.J. Abrams brought back Palpatine because it was a safe of one of what Danny was saying about how safe they went. And so what's safer than going with the baddest bad guy in Star Wars
everybody loves
and everyone loves. And so that's one of the things that a lot of people had a gripe with.
I mean,
myself,
I think
I loved watching him back.
Heck yeah.
I loved watching him back. I loved
what they did.
Sense that he's back. I loved his how he evolved throughout at the what he looked like in the beginning and what they made him look at the end. It's one of my favorite things that happened with the dude.
Bro, he looked like a Wes Craven character.
Saying.
He was like dead. He was just like,
I'm gonna defend my 4.7, y'all.
Natural.
I'm just telling you guys, I'm gonna defend my 4.7.
No, go for it, dude. I
that's
can't wait.
cool. Yeah.
Because you might push me over the edge to 4.3.
So continue. Yeah. So like, I love how that just
you love that. You called it out.
Yeah.
I want to say that the Palpatine thing, it was a pleasant surprise. That was one of the things that I was mostly surprised about the film, that I think that they took a risk on, and it's unfortunate because that is the only thing, and I'm gonna tell you, this is the only thing I think that they retconned from The Last Jedi. If anything else, everything else is still very firm. This is what Star Wars does. Like, if you really think about it, from a certain point of view, what Obi-Wan says throughout the whole saga, they do this. They like give you a story and they like, nope, sorry, this is what was actually really happening.
Yeah,
it's Star Wars, bro. This is what happens.
Yeah,
but them saying them actually changing that Rey didn't know who actually she's a part of or what heritage, it pissed me off a little bit, to be quite honest with you. But the same message still applies to what I think they were trying to say with Rey.
I looked at ish when Rey actually was from someone, because it was one of his things. He's like, I'm gonna get pissed off. She better not be.
Oh my gosh, I'm so.
She better be a no one.
I was so.
Oh, you wanted her to be a nobody.
I wanted her to be nothing, like of no link to anybody, just new. Yeah, like either birth from the Force or something like that. But it still kind of has the same message, and that's kind of why I'm like not like super mad. Because it shows that no matter where you come from or what your background, who your family is, you decide. Yeah. You decide who you are today.
Your destiny.
And that is a great message. Awesome. And that's what I really wanted Rey to represent in a way. And so, that was still done. I would have decided. I would have wished there wasn't Palpatine, her grandfather, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, The Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker answers a lot of questions, but I think it poses a lot of questions too. You know? And so like, it's kind of like, okay, so what about her lineage? Like, where her family? Yeah,
and that's kind of one of the things I still don't get after watching it twice. I still have a few questions. So she
had kids, and then they had.
I love the way that, especially now that you said that you noticed that by her thrust, and now going back in my memory and watching her do that and remembering Palpatine's, as he thrusts into some, into Yoda in Revenge. Yeah. I was like, wow, dude, that's so true. Yeah. And so it just gives me even more of an excitement to know that that there was already something to tell us back then. Yeah.
So according to
this
movie, at some point she had the revelation or the knowledge like of who she was. Do you think she kind of knew that coming out of The Last Jedi?
That's a great question. See, and this is my problem with this, man. That's why I think it's a retcon, dude.
I feel like she was lying the whole time from the beginning.
No, she didn't know. Kylo tells her, "I know who your father is," and Kylo gets to the Emperor's throne saying, "Wait, what? What are you talking about, Emperor? What are you talking about?" And then Emperor tells her that it's his granddaughter. Come on, man, that's a freaking retcon, dude.
Yeah,
it pisses me off.
That's how that scene ends. He's like,
"Now see down."
So then, who are our parents? And then he just smiles. The Emperor just smiles.
It's bull, man. It's bull.
It wipes.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth that in The Last Jedi, when that was revealed that she was a nobody, or that was made for us to think that, I really believe that that's where the story was going.
Yeah,
in the beginning,
I think so. And people didn't like
because of how Last Jedi performed and how divisive it was. They had to make the fan service happy with the move that they made. Now, I'm not. I don't agree with Ish as far as like that he didn't like it. He didn't like. I did. I really like that move as far as how they used Palpatine and that they brought him back. I want to see him. About everybody else, why not Palpatine? Shoot,
I'm just so pissed to how he went out, dude. So a lot of the things that how they like diverted my expectations. It was just like, so Chewie. I was ready for Chewie to die.
Oh, okay.
That's the one thing I wanted to say. I accepted. Really? I was like, yeah, dude. But why not though? Leia's
just one of
gone.
those-
The original, everybody.
People would, you know how many people would have gotten so mad about that? Like,
but
Dude, I love that.
this is
would
my
have
biggest.
raged. Yeah. But I would have been fine because
Me
I
too.
think that sacrificing Chewie would have really like elevated Rey's turn to the dark side.
Yes, there wasn't enough.
There was not enough
of
to
that
really
belief.
put that on her.
That's a good one.
Out of nowhere.
That's a good
like, oh, you're now getting pulled to the dark side. Well, Last Jedi, you still have a little bit of that because Luke tells her, oh, I've never seen anybody turn to the dark side, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
because that's really Rey. That's Rey.
But
Rey
it's
goes
it's
into the
almost
dark
You
and the
gotta
light.
understand this
But-
is a character that's can live on and on forever because of its being in a
Who,
in a-
Chewie?
yeah, Chewie.
Oh.
Yeah, Chewie can be in a.
but that's what I'm. No,
Yeah,
th-
and that's
you gotta
why-
kill off the people that are good looking
That's-
old.
that's why,
And so
dude.
they're gonna capitalize on Chewie
And that-
for as long as they can.
But
to keep
that's-
him
that
back.
is
where I
They're
feel-
gonna bring him back in the future.
That is where I feel that they didn't take enough risk
yes,
with her, with
that's
him
where, that's
and
the
3PO
negative of being safe.
and 3PO.
Yes,
3PO
I
should
was
have
ready to.
full on memory wipe, man. Forget him.
Yep.
Forget it. And like goodbye. And I know that everyone loves him.
I agree with the
but-
3PO.
Yeah.
I'm not too agreeing with the other one. What was the other one again?
Well,
Chewie.
it was Chewie.
Chewie,
So here is the
no,
reason why, though.
I just think, how would I even think that they would do that? I almost feel like I'm not, Chewie's a cash grab, man. Everybody loves him. And so nobody's going to want to see him dead, dude, especially in Disneyland.
Bro,
when
we
he's
didn't want
walking
to see
around.
Han die.
He's not
but
gonna
we
be-
saw Han die.
No, but it's different. You don't see Luke and Han walking around Disneyland. Like these characters are
They're
staple.
cash cows, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. And
They
so
appeal
I'm
to
going,
kids.
I'm going into this even when
That's
they
why
made
I'm
him
kinda
seem
bad.
like he
I'm not
died. I'm
about
like, he's not.
But
dead. I
why
even
can't
told
why
Laura,
can't we
I'm like,
say
he's
there's
not
other
dead.
Wookiees that are
Dude,
still
I
alive?
cried in that, dude. I cried.
Yeah,
When I
I
saw
teared
Chewie
up.
die,
Like,
and
there's
then
no way
Rey
Disney
couldn't
killed
like
this dude.
accept it, dude.
I was ready,
Dude.
just like I was ready for
Oh
Finn
my
to die in
gosh.
Last Jedi. I was like, okay, I accept this. Like,
See,
super
I'm okay with
irrelevant.
Finn dying.
Yeah.
Cared.
I like Finn right here. I mean, so anyways,
He actually, yeah.
So let me just
we'll get
finish
into
real
that.
quick. Okay, so Chewie, I was ready to, because I think this movie, you didn't feel enough of like the duality of like, like, oh, maybe, or like that threat, like maybe Rey
Rey
can
will
turn.
go
Like
to the dark
you never felt that true possibility. Right away, it's just like, oh no, like the next scene, no, he's dead. Sorry that we played with you guys.
I
It's like,
don't-
oh, come on, dude. Like, or at least make us think that he's still dead for like 5 more minutes of the film. Just give me 2 more minutes of that. Like, I just wanted to grieve a little bit longer. Like, no way. And so when they take that away right away, it's like, so there's no more threat. That is,
she's
gonna be good.
And I'm gonna totally 100% agree with you. No risk taking, and that's what I mean. Like you should have just left it there. He made you feel something. He's like, okay, I want them to feel this,
Yeah.
but then I don't want them to like think, oh yeah, he's gone completely. It's like, come on, commit, bro, commit.
But do you guys ever think that maybe he was like, there's no
I'm
way
just
that
saying,
everyone thinks that he actually died and that's why they brought him back so
I think they
quickly?
just-
Because I never thought he died. When they made him look like he died, I was like, no, there's no way. You know what I
But
mean?
that's why it would have been amazing. Look, we sound like hypocrites because we're pissed off at Ryan Johnson for taking a risk, but like, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't want to see Luke die. I
don't
wanted to
know.
see Chewie die.
I just
not
think that
Luke.
it's kind of it's a little, to me at least, I would never think that they would get rid of Chewie. And if they would like hint it, they would play around with it.
But
like
that's
they did
why
this
I
time.
was like,
that's why I think it would have been.
That's why I liked it as much as I like was shocked and I was sad because I was like, they would really kill Chewie?
Yeah,
No
and
way.
So I guess we already.
But it
went
pays
over
off.
that,
Yeah,
but
it pays off because of how he responds to like Leia's death and all that. It was so good. 3PO was ready for that loss.
Oh my
totally
god, I
ready.
cried on that part too.
Yeah.
That was dude. That was a good
that was
acting.
one of them. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations,
Really good.
to
And then,
Anthony Daniels, man.
Yeah, and then
Amazing.
how Palpatine went out, I didn't like it because it was just like, how are you gonna tell me? Which I love how they did like that suction, like when in The Last Jedi when Rey and Kylo would communicate. You feel like the suction of the room, just like the oxygen is gone. It's just real deep. It's like, zoop. You feel that?
Yeah.
That's how it was for a second. Then you're just like,
Yeah.
bah! I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, dude.
So let's talk about that. The new force powers in the movie. What we have a few of them, I think. The first one is the healing, right? That we were talking about. You said that it didn't really work for you. Did you?
No, it did. It
was
did
it
work.
was it like a genius move?
So no, I was saying if they hadn't presented it in Mandalorian and gave us like a little heads up with what Baby Yoda did,
Yeah.
I don't know if we would have accepted what Rey did as smoothly as I did.
It's possible. Yeah.
You know,
People would have been. They're kind of still pissed.
I didn't mind it.
Dude, I love
this. Star Wars films have to evolve. Jedi's can't stay the same forever. I am a big supporter of new things, and if you do it the right way, I believe J.J. Abrams did that with this, and I love the way that they did it strategically with Baby Yoda on the Mandalorian. They knew that anybody that watches Star Wars watches the Mandalorian, or vice versa. So loved it, loved the movie, and I love the healing.
I loved it too. What did you think about the healing?
I liked it.
What about?
I mean, it's believable. I already knew it was a power.
Yeah. Do you think that? What about the teleportation of sabers? That was taken care of.
I know some people didn't like
Handled.
that. To me, it was believable. I accepted it because I'm like, he can reach out to her now. I like that he was able to reach out to her when she was on the other planet, Kamiji or something like Kamiji, and like
grabbed her necklace.
And grabbed her necklace. Yeah. Oh no, that's not Kamiji. That was the other.
And how that was built off of the Last Jedi too, like all that connection and stuff, and him, Kylo Ren in his
the water.
They didn't do that in Force Awakens at all?
Too?
No,
not at all.
No,
that didn't happen one time in Force Awakens. I was just wondering.
No, they didn't bridge until The Last Jedi.
Yeah. Okay. And so that was really cool, and how they build that's like an evolution of a force power. You know what I mean? That was really cool, and how they were fighting, and then he like realized that, oh, you're in my chamber. You know, he realized that's his chamber, right?
Yeah.
And so that was freaking great. I loved it. Back to the healing part, though. I want to just say that this is my favorite thing about this movie, and it's how Palpatine actually was manipulating both the light and the dark.
Oh, dude, that is so good.
Okay.
Dude, that's good, dude.
He foresaw that the bond of the chosen ones would generate a force, a life force never conceived before. And so he wanted them to join. He wanted them to become that strong and powerful and bonded to be able to suck the life force out of them, because there was no greater. Exactly. And that's why Palpatine did what he did throughout this whole
that's
saga.
why I love Skywalker even more. You just made me even love it more, bro.
This is the one idea. This is the one thing I freaking love about this movie.
I loved it. I love it.
See, I was really conflicted about the whole turning. Like everyone was like flipping on the other side. I was like, okay, that's cool. Light and dark, the balance and stuff like that, which I knew was going to happen. But when I heard Palpatine say there were the life force of the chosen one and stuff like that, and he starts sucking out, dude, I was like, I need to learn son more of a gun, did this all along.
That's genius, bro.
Palpatine was doing this all along, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on.
And Revenge of the Sith,
so
Revenge of the Sith, he said it. Revenge of the Sith. He says it.
Do you think that he
that's
was
something that we just?
No, I know he says it. I love that they bring back that line. I love that they bring back that line. What was the line again? You tell me the line. He says it in Revenge.
Some
consider the way
the ways of the Sith unnatural.
Yeah. And he quotes it word for word.
Yeah.
From Revenge.
He does it twice, I think.
He does, dude. I loved it, dude.
Some the consider it to be
like gave me that epiphany of information. Mm-hmm. Dude, it makes me love this movie even more.
Yeah, I know it's great.
And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I promise you that this happened to me. When I realized that, I started crying. I teared up, because it was just a perfect. It was just a perfect wrap.
I loved it, bro.
Of the whole of
I was emotional.
The dark side.
Absolutely emotional.
Like you were planning this all along, or something.
It just was wrapped up so well. And man, I really appreciate J.J. Abrams and the writer that did that.
Genius, though.
It's so good.
So are you saying that? You're saying their connection?
Really good.
No, it's awesome. Really yeah. Are you saying their connection birthed an actual life force?
No, their connection, their bond is the life force.
Oh wow!
Like because the light and the dark and the coming together, they both
balance.
Yes, they both are balanced now.
Which has been the undertone.
Both of them are connected. They're Skywalker and Palpatine, the largest forces in the universe.
Two most strongest
right? Yeah. Bonds.
Bloodlines.
And that bond is what was feeding him back. So that's why he was regenerating. And that was the key, right? To living forever.
And
him repeating that over and over again.
The way that his evolved, that's what I said about in the beginning about the evolving. Dude, when he did that, you can see, oh man, that's the Palpatine I know.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, we see it looked a little different.
And you know what? this would
I
be,
love that they did
and
that,
I
dude.
just want to
Wow.
pitch this idea to Disney. I'm going to tag everybody and their mama. If you guys decide to make Palpatine 1,000,000 years old or 1,000 years old, that would make perfect sense.
I wouldn't mind it.
Because Plagueis didn't have to be right before Phantom Menace. If he was able to do this to the chosen ones of a millennia ago, and he actually was able to drain their life force, imagine that like 1,000 years ago, he did what he did in Rise of Skywalker, and he succeeded. Imagine that. He could have lived for like 1,000 years ago.
That's
So are you saying that
crazy, dude.
it's really Plagueis and this isn't really Palpatine?
No, I think his story with Plagueis is totally 100% right. But it would be cool if they would say, "Oh, but that happened a millennia ago," and Plagueis and Palpatine has just been absorbing the chosen one's life force.
Bros, who do you think is
And
coming
that's-
back, bro?
and that's
on
how-
these upcoming films, the 10, 11, and 12
Yeah.
that are coming in 5 whatever
Yeah,
years.
who knows, man?
They're getting, dude. There's
They're getting
no
there.
way they
At
won't
this
get
point-
Plagueis, dude. The fact that his name is in a movie. Let me tell you guys something about the movies.
Yeah.
Anything that they put in these movies, especially these Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
anything that they mention, they make sure that they're able to capitalize on them and come back and tell you a very, oh, it's Plagueis.
Remember that one time?
Remember that one on that movie? Palpatine mentioned him, and this happened, dude. They have so much story to tell, man, and they're gonna do it. I love that. I love.
So
what
as
they
much as
did,
we're
bro.
high on
Thank
that-
you for that.
Yeah.
As
Thank
much
you,
as
'cause
we're
I
high on that part, that's one thing that also didn't work for me. Is like I didn't think that Ben needed to die,
Okay.
because I think him staying alive. So like
totally
adverting
disagree with
expectations,
that, but-
right? So
Me too.
they wanted us to feel that moment for Chewie, but then just to like divert your expectations. But then now, I think they were saving that big like moment. Like
Yeah.
no way that loss was with Ben. But I'm like, we didn't spend enough time liking his character or appreciating his arc of redemption. You know, it just everything happened so fast. It's like I don't think it
like
hit like
Vader.
they wanted to.
Dude, the only way that I would have accepted
Yeah,
him
so-
being alive is if he would have went completely. They would have ended with a bad note and him being completely evil.
Yeah.
If he, other than that, if he would have lived, it would have pissed me off. It would have made me mad. He should have died. The fact that he killed Han Solo, dude,
He's clearly though stronger than Rey in the movie though. He's shown like he beat her on the Death Star. He was controlling the force
he didn't.
the force bridging.
No, she didn't. He killed.
I gotta watch it
Because he
again.
got
I gotta watch
distracted.
it
Yeah, he
again
got
before I
distracted.
can
Oh,
make
that's
a-
right.
needed to lay
That's
us out.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again.
How great was it to see
right.
Han though?
Oh,
It was amazing. to
And
see
it was
Han.
unexpected.
oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
Come on, man.
Well,
What else do you want?
It would have
bro?
been Carrie
Dude.
Fisher, but yeah.
The same thing, the same like gestures that he made with his hand on his face, and like even the same lines.
Yeah,
It
he's
was
like,
just poetic.
I know what I have to do. I don't know how to strength.
Just
I was like,
another
oh.
reason why I loved. Oh my god, dude! Yes, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
when he said that line, I teared up,
I just
dude.
love
He's like,
it.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. I was like, oh, that is so poetic.
Yeah,
That, I lose my mind when he says that, bro.
Yeah.
And I tell you, man, if they would have kept him alive, there would have been a lot of people upset, including myself. But I just know
I
that
would've
a
been
lot
upset.
of people would have been upset.
I would have been upset. I said, I think we even talked about that, right?
Yeah.
I see how it's even Star Warsy thing that Star Wars does, turning dies, and it's like for a reason. I like that he was the last Skywalker bloodline that dies.
See, to me, that's hard to accept. I'm
And
like, no more
that's
Skywalkers?
fantastic. That's amazing,
That
dude.
sucks.
And I just love that.
I like that too.
I appreciate that so
I'm
much.
okay.
I guess it's like a real definitive like exclamation or a period
Yeah,
to
because
say
it's
like,
the
you know
end of
what,
the saga.
without the Skywalkers,
Skywalker saga.
You know why, bro?
you don't need the Palpatines
Because
no
you
more.
can-
You know what I'm saying? Because those were the two that
Yeah.
were always. So it's like,
Because you can never know what's in the future, man. They are able to bring these characters. Somehow something happened.
Yeah.
And here comes another Skywalker. Oh, Leia had a secret child with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
something can happen like that. And they'll make it kind of, make sense.
someone said this in the review that they didn't like that Kylo Ren was a Force ghost. Was he a Force ghost at the end? Or Ben?
No, he wasn't
tell
in
you
Force
something,
Ghost.
man. The people that they brought back, that's another reason why I love. And let me get into
Billy
this one.
D,
Let
Billy
me just get
D.
into this. Let me start it off because it's one of the reasons why I rated this movie so high, bro.
Yeah.
I really rated it high because of this. This is my gem.
Yeah.
This is
You're
my
making me a
nugget.
believer little by little as we talk about
The
it,
fact-
quite honestly.
That the people, the celebrity that they brought for them to say, "We're with you, Ray."
Yeah.
It
the
was
voices.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Was it?
It
Was
was
it?
everybody.
Really, all the Jedi.
All of them.
Oh no way!
Go back. I
Mace
was,
Windu's death confirmed.
dude.
Sadly.
Everybody, even Katana or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's in there.
No way.
Everybody,
Ahsoka Tano?
dude. I was doing my research.
Yeah.
And like little Easter eggs and all that stuff, right?
No way,
Bro,
No,
they
not
show-
Ahsoka Tano.
Bro, yeah, they
Could be. She
mentioned
could have turned.
they
to
mentioned
Jedi.
a lot
I
of
don't
it,
know.
and I'm not gonna lie. Both times that I watched it, that part right there,
Mhm.
there's a lot of there's a lot
of
going
Dude,
on.
a lot, bro.
Qui-Gon's in
Hayden,
there. I know
I couldn't
they brought
follow all of
Hayden,
them.
but the ones that they pronounced the most
Yeah.
were obviously
The big
Hayden Christensen and Liam Nielsen.
I wasn't sure if that was him. I was like, that sounds like Hayden
Obi-Wan,
Christensen.
and obviously Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Man,
For sure.
dude,
That was great.
Especially
bro,
Mace Windu. He's
I
like
wanted to see them.
They
though,
gave
bro.
her the
I
power,
wanted to
bro.
see them.
Mace Windu when he
They
was
gave her the
All
power.
the Jedi live in
Sam
you.
Jackson.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
great.
like,
Bro,
Okay.
that
he's
was like my
we are with you, motherfucker.
my He-Man moment, dude.
You're the last Jedi, motherfucker.
yeah,
There has
totally.
to be a meme for that.
There has to be like, there's got to be a director's cut where they
Yeah.
finally let Sam Jackson say his mother effer line in
Bro,
one Disney movie.
I cannot say
Yes.
enough about that part in the movie,
Yeah.
guys. I left really happy, guys.
Yeah.
That like really. It really served me. It really served me bringing back
For
all
sure.
those voices. What would have made me a little happier, because I'm always like that, would have been more Force Ghosts in this
Yeah.
movie.
But dude, how does
But we'll get to
Palpatine go
that.
out to his own lightning, bro? It's like, didn't you know that this happens to you 3 times already, bro?
This happened to you too
Dude,
much.
it's
It's his
3
Achilles
times.
heels, man. Achilles
He's
heels.
like, and then even it's that's one part I didn't like. It's like he had such power killing an entire fleet, armadas of like, you know, these little rebel ships,
So freaking cool.
which was
man.
so great. But then like,
No,
dude, that was such strong. That was more than like what he's shot at Mace Windu or that he shot at
because
at
he just
Luke.
absorbed their life force.
I
You
know,
gotta
but I'm
remember.
like, you're shooting that should like at least like some of it should like burn Ray a little bit, like lose one finger or something. I was like, oh, Ray, you're so OP in this movie.
dude, she's a Palpatine. The only one that rivals her is
You all the
Palpatine
Jedi,
herself.
mother.
Kind of makes sense.
Man.
You think
but
that was a little
I
cheesy?
learned that Freddie Prinze and all them came back, dude.
Dang, man,
in
I
the
gotta-
back.
I gotta listen
love
to that again,
man,
dude.
yeah.
I'm
That's
so
great.
you know what, dude? I hate that they kept since the last or since Rogue One, they've been like teasing us with freaking the ghost ship, man. I was like,
Oh yeah.
is the Phoenix Squadron alive?
I heard it's there. I think I saw a picture of it.
Yeah, it
Like,
was there. I saw it like in a
Phoenix
bunch of
Squadron?
shots.
It's from Star Wars Rebels. It's the animated series.
I
Where
was
it's
so
Freddie Prinze Jr.
You know what? As much as I complain about some of the fan servicey stuff, I was really, really hoping that Thrawn was commanding that fleet, dude.
Oh, dude, man, that would have been amazing, dude. See, that's the type of stuff like Pry, the First Order General, whatever. That he's a great character, by the way. I can't wait to learn more about him.
He's
Yeah,
He's the one that
another-
kills Hux?
Like I know, because I've never heard of him before until right now.
The one that kills
But it
Hux?
would have been great, yes. But it would have been awesome to see Thrawn there. Like,
Oh, that would have been. So
it would,
good.
and it would make 100% sense.
And you know what?
but no one knows him, right? But,
No, I guess not.
but
I
but who
don't-
cares? Like,
Yeah, he's a,
show him like
yeah,
it's out
he's
the
a
blue
BA looking
freaking
character.
Eventually, like people that don't know him like me, if I see him
Yeah.
in something else that you guys saw, him,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, oh, dude,
And then
that's
it opens
how-
up doors,
It,
you
yeah,
know?
and it gives. And
Yeah,
it's
so
still,
How would you feel about a
It's a-
blue skinned, sharp haired looking dude with like the all white? And even though it's like Imperial, like the
Is he
Imperial
human or
generals.
is he a creature?
he's an alien. He's
He's
alien, but he's a blue.
Dude, how awesome would it have been to like,
I don't know,
okay,
man. To be honest,
maybe
dude,
the
I
plot
love
wasn't
Star
that
Wars, dude,
Finn.
so I'll probably like it.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
I'm
plot
pretty
was
sure.
like Finn had to go into the control room instead of shooting at it, and then like he has to go hand in hand with Thrawn. Dude, that would have been so dope,
Yeah, man,
dude.
that'd
That
be
would have
great.
been so great, dude.
Look, man. I overall, I mean, I think we could talk about this a lot.
There's
It's
so
a
much
humongous movie, guys.
What about that little scene of the flashback of Luke training Leia. That was
Okay, I was gonna say that.
dope,
Yes.
dude.
I said that to this dude. I said, what is one of the things that I told you, man? I'm like that. Oh my god,
that was
bro.
perfect. It was
good.
probably my second favorite thing of the whole movie. That was the whole thing.
You know, we're gonna need a Matrix.
I can't wait to see more
CGI
about that.
style movie, a side story. If they have to do it all CG with them,
How
like,
cool
yeah.
did those lightsabers look, dude? Flashing and giving light to their faces with that helmet on.
Yeah.
And he was on the and dude, the way that they did it was so great. Dude, great delivery and scene.
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Leia's lightsaber. She has a lightsaber, y'all. She
Is
has
there
a
anybody that could
lightsaber.
play a young Luke?
Oh my god.
And it makes so much sense that Luke would train
Sebastian
her.
Stan.
Sebastian Stan, yeah.
It makes so much sense that Luke would train her right after everything happened after number 5.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And that she says no because it's just not, I guess it's not her. I didn't really understand why she said no, but you know, that's just another thing that we need to unpack.
And then she trains Rey. And Rey calls
And then she calls her master? Yes.
That was great.
I
to
was
me.
like, yes. And then
That threw me
Dude,
off
I
for a while
loved it.
until we saw that
Dude.
scene. I was like, oh, that makes sense now. That's
okay,
really
man.
cool.
Maybe I like this movie more than I thought I did.
Look, dude, it's not that it didn't make sense. It's just Leia's had these powers all along, dude. They've hinted it. The fact that she hasn't used them because of the way that she feels about doing certain things in the Force, that's her prerogative. But the fact that she got trained, it was already always kind of depicted in The Force Awakens by the way that she gets like these feelings like
Yeah, she was always a Force user. Like,
She was always Force sensitive.
I mean, look at her
Exactly.
last. And then, okay, let's see. Talk about this. The Last Jedi. Now, does it make sense for her, Mary Poppins herself, back in the ship?
Well, now it does. Yes. At the time, you're just like you're left kind of
Just
hanging.
saying. I mean, but she's still, man. She's a Skywalker, dude.
Hey, but now you appreciate The Last Jedi because of what
Oh yeah,
Rise of
absolutely.
Skywalker did.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it's hard one for me with the Jedi. You know what it is with The Last Jedi with me,
Look,
dude.
man.
I feel that if this movie right here, Skywalker, could have been even much more greater than it is for me. I just loved what they did with it, dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
did
It was
like
good.
it a lot. I think we sometimes we hear a lot of people not liking it.
No, it's not
And
that.
I honestly,
I mean, dude, look at me, dude.
I had to watch it again to just make sure to not get swayed by these people, man. Because I really love everything, a lot of the things that they did, dude.
I love that little
I didn't like
that
that
little
they kissed.
character.
I did not like.
Oh yeah.
that
Okay,
Rey
so let's talk about that.
That guy.
So
It did it.
I don't think it's a romantic kiss, to be quite honest with you. And like, look, I don't know if you guys ever been in a place where like you just survived something and you just want to hug somebody, you know. I think it's more of a celebration kiss where you're not like, it's not about passion, it's not about like, oh yeah, we want to get it on, but I think it's more of a celebration. Like, yes, we did it.
After though,
There was
sentiment
sentiment.
afterwards.
They've always
But
alluded
because
that,
there was a
though.
connection. There was a
Since Last
Rey
Jedi,
and
they have
Rey
alluded
said-
a romantic connection.
Well, no,
and then she calls back to it herself. She says, "I wanted to take your hand, but Ben's hand."
Yeah, for sure. I totally get you, but
Yeah,
it was
I don't
never
know.
Ben
to me.
Swallow.
It goes beyond that.
To
Though.
me, it
I
never
think so.
seemed romantic. It
I can see what
always
you're coming
seemed
from.
Thank you.
As like, hey,
Yeah.
dude, you're gonna kick
And-
ass just with me,
and-
like we're
and that-
cousins in a way.
And that's
what
why.
I saw.
And that's why I think that they are not romantic, because it never alluded to
But
that.
she
It
said
was
I
just-
would have taken your hand,
Yes,
like
but
in
what
a
does
way.
that really truly mean?
To me, it means that she was interested too. That there was like a connection further than just, whatever they were gonna do. Like, I actually do like you. I could marry you or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
In the future.
I saw it coming, but I can see where it's coming from. It's more like of a celebration
celebration.
thing. Yeah.
I took it. I didn't like it. It made me feel weird. It was a little awkward, to be honest. And I saw the crowd's reaction when it happened.
Yeah.
It was a little. Everyone was taken back a bit about
Yeah.
it. Nobody really suspected it. I felt, but I didn't like it. It was something that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Did you like the fact that they kissed?
No, I could have done without it,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
doesn't like ruin it.
It doesn't
Form-
move
That's
it
where
forward.
I'm. That's where I'm
Yeah.
at with it. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't ruin it for me completely.
I
but
won't
just
laugh
didn't
at it. Like, I don't think it was
just didn't think
hilarious.
it was
to see or
necessary.
stupid. I don't think it's stupid.
I think it was cliche because you
I think it
almost
is a
could
little
see
cliche.
it coming.
I think for the people like you that
Fan
for the
service.
people that like
think it's fan
that
service.
already had seen that coming, it would have been nice for them to just allude to it and not really make it happen and maybe still continue
Yeah.
with that. But
Can we all agree though? We think almost possibly 99% that film was gonna tell Rey he loves her.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nah, no.
I
It wouldn't make sense.
I didn't think so, dude.
He's always been super concerned with her. Even from the Force Awakens.
For sure.
He's always just like, "Where's Rey? Where's Rey? Where's Rey?" That's like his main lines. That's his main dialogue. His script mostly says,
Ray.
Dude, that's one thing that doesn't get answered.
Where's Ray?
Remember, he's like, "Oh, I'll tell you later."
CinemaSins is gonna have fun with that. How many times he says that? Where's Rey? Where's Rey?
Finn was supposed to tell her something, and then we never find out.
Yeah.
You know, and that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
And to be honest, dude, who did tell me? I know you thought this. I know you did. When we first start the movie and Poe and Rey get into this little like back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right away we're thinking
they're
gonna be something. They're gonna like each other or they're gonna end up with each other. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought that there was some sort of connection there because
I would have liked it too.
One of the things I kind of want to just say this last
That's like another Han and Leia.
I would have liked them to be together, dude.
One's like the rebel, crazy hothead.
Yeah.
The other one's the calm, collective, pretty girl.
Yeah. Yes, dude. I would have liked it a lot.
I just really enjoyed the dialogue in this movie.
Yeah,
it was so well written, in my opinion.
It was so well written.
I feel like every single situation, I could see myself in that situation. And like nowadays, I could really have gone through that. Like my like banter with my coworker or the person that I work with. Like, dude, I've been in that position where you're like no one wants to talk, or you're like, I know what you're like. Kylo Ren's conference room meeting.
Yeah.
And he's like, Hux, I sense something.
Yeah, I love
and he's
that.
like, no, I'm not. I think the mask is great. That's great, dude. It's so good. Dude. Like if Kylo Ren had powers, you could read his mind like that.
Dude.
That stuff would work.
I love it, dude. When you bring back those things,
what about during his redemption arc when he's going back to Exalcor or whatever it's called? He has like that total like the H&M sweater.
Which who? Kylo Ren. Dude, I want that. I want that sweater, dude.
I liked it. I was like,
bro.
That looks modern, bro. That's not.
I
like what you said about the dialogue, but the only thing I didn't like was how I don't remember his character's name, but one of the guys who's like from the Lord of the Rings, Pip or something like that.
Yeah, Pippin.
Yeah. That character, he had the answer for everything. How was Snoke alive? Or how was Palpatine alive?
I don't remember that.
Ancient Sith, like
that
taboo, practicing cloning. I was like, "Ooh,
yes, that was really
until we get the novel. Who are
expository. You? Yeah. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You belong in a novel, not here.
I was like, I didn't even
this
know your character until this movie, bro. Who are you?
Yeah. But I know even with that though, I know what they're trying to do.
Yes,
I know that they're looking forward, dude, because these characters,
that's what Star Wars does.
They're gonna want to bring them back, dude. And so it's kind of cool to be like, oh yeah, he was Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I know what they're trying to do, but you're absolutely right, dude. I totally saw that.
Before we wrap it up, who was one of your favorite characters?
Newer or that were new presented in
Babu Freak.
Baba Freak. I am Baba Freak.
I know.
I think
one of my oldest friends.
I think for me, so dude, I just love Poe, bro. I love him, dude.
Poe is so freaking good.
I love Poe, man. He's so like cool, he's like the Han Solo, bro.
He is.
Han Solo.
I felt him, bro. He's like, I'm gonna let you guys down. I'm so sorry. Like, that was like, dude, I feel that, bro.
Yes, that's another time. I was like,
I feel that Poe is one of my favorite characters.
Maybe I am leaning towards a 4.3.
Dude,
there's a lot to unpack, dude.
This conversation really helped me
like
determine where I need to watch it again, though. I refuse to
I'll watch it one more time too. No, I'm gonna watch it more and more.
I really liked Zori Bliss. I thought she was a really interesting looking character.
You know what?
She looked cool.
I could do. She could have been in there or not for me. She was, but that costume she had on was so dope. I loved it.
I don't know why for a second I thought she was the Ness character because it would look very influenced by Ness.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But yeah, Poe's probably my favorite. Like I felt like he was very strong in this.
I just loved him throughout the whole series, dude. Throughout the whole trilogy. Saga. I just loved his character. I wanted to be him. I loved his jacket. I'm like, dude, this fool Finn got his jacket, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that's
and that nodding at the end, he's like, when you want to go.
Oh my God, bro. I love that.
He's trying to get his Mac on over
there. Yeah, with the girl.
Comedic timing, bro. That's one thing that I was gonna tell you, bro. This movie's funny, bro.
Can I still kiss?
This movie's comedic timing, I think, is even better than Last Jedi.
Heck
bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Then Force Awakens.
I was specific.
And Force Awakens,
corny as heck, man.
I was very specific. The comedic timing on the serious parts, because sometimes they try to be funny on the serious
the flashlight and
do
the
you remember
lightsaber.
which one?
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, I feel like we started meeting that
when
Zori.
they fall in the cave and like the lightsaber, Ray turns on the
To me,
lightsaber.
to me, when we thought 3PO was completely gone, I was like, "Oh, dude, I want to soak that in for a second. Like 3PO is like totally someone else."
Okay,
now.
I see what you're
And then
saying.
in both like the Baba Freaky's like, he's like, whatever he does.
I love that little character,
Yeah,
bro.
Baba
Me
Freak, I
too.
just said it.
But just some of the jokes, not all the time.
I love
some of the
I
comedy
was
time
laughing,
that I
bro.
did.
Yeah, I was.
But he was me laughing, bro.
Yeah,
He was funny. I
like,
totally liked that character. He was like,
Bro, he seemed like a little like Chicano or something. Like,
Everyone-
Chicano, like
Dude, everyone says that he was high the whole time.
it sounded like it, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I love
He
that
looked like
character, bro. There's so much that I loved about Skywalker. Come on, guys.
Nah, he was a tweaker, bro. He knew how to fix
you
like
guys
things.
you guys, dude, don't do
Look,
Skywalker
okay,
dirty like that,
let
bro.
me tell you this, okay? So the thing that I did not like was the underusage of the Knights of Ren.
Oh,
That's one of the things
so
that
good,
opportunity.
dude,
but so
they're-
good.
they
to
look
see
so
them, right?
cool.
They
But-
just
but so good
died,
when you
dude.
see them, yeah.
They
I
walked
just
around, searched,
really
and died.
underwhelmed with
You're
that.
right. You're right. That was a bad thing. That was.
I was really underwhelmed with that, and just as far as like the whole at the very end, the fleet battle, I was like a little underwhelmed too. Like I wanted more epicness on that. The fleets stood still, bro, and that's all they did. That's all they did. The fleet stood still. It wasn't like a
I gotta get
epic
reminded of that
destruction
again.
of that. Like
To see if
like
I
it was
agree.
underwhelming at the end, man. Like thank God for Palpatine because he really did destroy that whole freaking thing, and he really made it worth watching at the very end as far as that's concerned. That's the only thing, and you know
There wasn't
that,
even, was there TIE fighters?
not TIE fighter, not that I could remember.
Because who was killing off the other ships? Was it just like the cannons?
It was
the
it was
lasers?
it was
the
cannons
ships?
and stuff like I don't remember a TIE fighter at all. Oh yeah, there were some
Oh,
TIE
okay.
fighters, but they were like triangular. It's weird. But anyway, I'm just kind of underwhelmed on that side. I thought it was going to be a super epic battle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it wasn't as
What about
epic.
that
I
little-
don't remember,
the new little
but I just
character?
feel
I still
like the
think- I still
epicness
give it
was
to-
Palpatine.
I still
feel
give
like
it
the
to,
epicness, the
Oh,
epic
yeah.
of the whole thing was supposed to be out the Palpatine. The fact that you just even enlightened me, even after me already liking it,
Yeah.
before I even thought about what you were saying,
Yeah.
I loved it already. And the fact that you said that he was pulling the life
strings.
source from them, and it was so smart to do. And
Yeah.
how else do you come back and look like Palpatine is getting their power?
Yeah.
And when he did that, it made you feel, oh, there's Palpatine. There's the Palpatine we all know.
and if anyone disagrees with my whole like breakdown of that, if throughout the whole film they do it with Rey giving life force, with her giving life force to Kylo Ren, and vice versa with Rey, right?
It makes
She
sense.
comes up. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
It's a
She
power.
literally stopped him from dying.
Yes.
I liked it a lot, guys. I
Anyway,
liked it a lot.
guys, so I guess we do like the movie.
Yes, we did.
Overall,
I
yeah,
think
you're
we
like-
talked
you're-
about more positive things than negative. Even
Definitely.
though we did start.
There are
like
some
that.
negatives in
There's
there.
some negatives. There's a lot of things that I feel like they were very
There was-
convenient, and the expository storytelling was just horrible in some points. But overall, man, I you said it all. So
I liked it a lot.
yeah,
I liked
all right.
it a lot.
Will you be collecting all the droids?
What droids?
Because it's that little one wheel character.
Nah, Ditto or what's his name? He was
He was
like
like,
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah,
No
he
one.
was like,
I don't even
whatever.
remember his name.
Hey, one thing I do want to say though, that I think that was also mentioned in the Skywalker,
Mhm.
and it happened in Mandalorian, and it kind of ticked me off a little bit.
Mhm.
You know, when the dragons are like around in the sky, and
Just
there's
flying, yeah.
dude, you know how many shots they were like really trying to shoot these dragons, and they would just not get them.
Oh
It was just like all over the place. I'm like, dude, one of you guys are bad. You guys are really bad aim.
shots. Yeah.
Bad aim. And in the Skywalker, the kind of like the same thing happens, but
Yeah,
a little opposite
it's
in
a
one
movie thing.
one area. Because in one of them, dude, when they were like running down the hallway and there's a bunch of stormtroopers, dude, they didn't miss her. Boom, psh,
I
boom,
know,
psh, and
I
then
know.
everybody was just dropping so
Yeah.
conveniently.
Poe was like the only
That's
one
another
that
little
took
bad
damage.
thing that I thought.
Rey
Yes.
never took damage. Poe's the only person in this movie who took damage, like any physical damage, besides
Yeah,
Kylo Ren.
So,
So there are some bad things. There are some
Yeah.
bad things.
but yeah,
I'm
Anyway,
like a
guys.
4. I'm at 4.7. I was always like at 4.6, 4.7, but I do want to give it more than 4.5 because I do like it a lot.
I gotta watch it again. I gotta.
I do like it a lot, guys.
All
And there's more that I could say about how good it is too, guys. To be honest.
right, guys. So let us know what you thought.
That's right.
Of Rise of Skywalker, and let us know. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Movie Minds, and like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification.
Yeah.
On somewhere right around here, and tell your friends, guys.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And see you guys next time. And
Stay
movie minded.
Yeah.